Hey everybody, it's Reed Mahalko from readaboutsex.com, and these are the 3 top business tips for sex-positive professionals. The tips that I wasn't following when I first started out that are going to make you more money, expand the reach for people that you're trying to get to, and basically make your life a lot easier. And it's not just 3 tips, if you've noticed, it's going to be 4. Because as I was plotting this out, I realized that there was actually a 4th tip that I wasn't following early on in my career I don't even want to think about how much money it's cost me and how much harder it's made my life as a sex educator. Now, if you're like me as a sex positive professional, like you have to hustle to make a paycheck, to make a living, regardless of if you're working for somebody who's already running a business, maybe a sex-positive toy store or adult boutique or something like that. Maybe you're working for a nonprofit organization that's helping provide comprehensive sex education around the world. Maybe you're just an independent sex educator like me, a dildo for hire, who's trying to make a living teaching and lecturing. Maybe you're a blogger. Regardless of the kinds of areas that you're trying to make a living, podcaster or whatnot, even if you're just getting into the business now and you're trying to figure out how to make a living, here are 4 tips. Please, please, please implement these tips now, wherever you are in your career. They will benefit you greatly. And my experience is that these things, when I was trying to think of like, what am I going to tell you that's going to be the most useful? These are the 3 and the bonus 4th that are going to transform your business in really positive ways. They're not the only tips out there. There's lots of other things you have to do to be able to run a business and to build a career and to start a brand and to market that brand. But these 4 things I wish I had done 10 years ago when I first started out in the industry. So first tip, number 1, is email your emails. Okay, what I mean by this, and I didn't do this at all starting out. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm the person that co-founded Cuddle Party back in 2004. And that turned into a huge news story. And I was on Montel Williams and Tyra Banks and in the Washington Post and in People magazine. That workshop, which was a non-sexual workshop around communication and intimacy skill sets, we had thousands and thousands of people go to our website and attend the cuddle parties that we were throwing, but we didn't have a really accurate way of capturing their emails and then staying in touch with these people and educating them and building the relationships. So no matter what you are doing, please have a friend help you. Email me at readaboutsex.com and set up a system so that you can capture people's emails and then email and stay in connection with them. And according to the guidelines of the Federal Communications Commission, and so you're not spamming people. But please, do what I didn't do. Capture the emails early, and for the rest of your career, take those emails, email those people because they are gold. They are your customers, they are your fans, they are your followers, and build a relationship with them. Tip number 2, get mentors. Another thing I didn't do early on. I had great friends who gave me great advice, but I needed 2 types of mentors. I needed mentors in the business realm, people who understood business, and then I needed mentors who were basically sex geek professionals, sex positive professionals, sex positive entrepreneurs. And what I want you to do is find your sex geek heroes and figure out a way to work for them, intern with them, basically have them be your mentors, pick their brains and have as much brain sex with them as you can, and figure out what they're doing and how they're doing it. Also give them extraordinary value. Don't just take, but give. It's an exchange. But basically pick their brains in exchange for your hard work and support for what they're doing so that you can learn how they're doing business, so that you don't have to reinvent the wheel, so that you can take the systems and the things that they're doing that make them successful in business and successful as educators, and that you can kind of figure out your own version of that and copy and paste directly, especially with the systems around email and things like that, websites, shopping carts, those kinds of things, so that they can train you. They will increase your learning curve and make you more professional. So please, 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 I don't care who it is. It doesn't have to be me. Tristan Taramino is an amazing mentor and does coaching. Lots of other sex educators out there. Go get a mentor. Get lots of them, not just in the sex geek realm. Also get mentors for business in the business realm itself. The third tip, think and teach in frameworks. What I mean by frameworks is I want you not just giving people advice, and especially if you're just starting out, you're going to be like getting your mentors, you're going to be collecting your friends' emails, emailing them tips and things that you find out about sex or relationships or communication or whatever you're into. You want to start taking the information that you're getting and figuring out how to create it in a framework in a way that's the advice is unique to you. And the example that I have around frameworks, for some of you who don't know all of my work, this Safer Sex elevator speech is just a really great example of a framework. Basically, I'm teaching people how to have a conversation about what their safer sex needs are, how to have healthier, safer sex. I built it into a script, into a framework, and I labeled it the Safer Sex elevator speech. This is on my website. I have JPEGs of this. People can share this information. People can link to my blog, link to my website, and share the elevator speech. So now when people in the sex ed world talk about safer sex talk or safer sex speech, a lot of people will say, hey, Reed Mahalka has his elevator speech. So one, I created an easy way for people to understand, learn, and remember a bit of information, and I made it uniquely my own. When you make something in a framework where it's easier to learn, easier to remember, it's also easier for people to pass on, and it's basically kind of uniquely yours. It's branded in a certain way to you, so it helps perpetuate your work. Now, if you're going to go out there and create horrible frameworks, please don't. Take some time and effort to crunch and to chew on and to create really amazing frameworks. You're always going to be tweaking them. The Safer Sex elevator speech wasn't exactly this when I first came up with it, but I tweaked it and boiled it down and honed it, bounced it off my peers and my friends. And now this is kind of the working model that we have right now. So please remember to think and teach in frameworks when and if you can. This will help you start to think in ways of being a better teacher and not just sharing a link about information, but actually creating information that's easier to teach, easier to remember, and is associated with you. For those of you who want to get a PDF download of this, you can go to readaboutsexx.com/elevator and sign up for a download of this. And signing up means you give me your email, which means I have it. And then I can email and build a relationship with you. So I'm starting, even in this video, I'm kind of mentoring you on some of these business tips. Now remember, I had that fourth tip, and I'm going to leave you with this. If you want to have a business in sex education, you need to create products and invite people to buy them. Create products for people to buy, for you to sell. You can learn how to be better at selling and at marketing, but if you're not creating products and giving people opportunity to buy, it's really hard to have a business. So in a situation like this, I have my elevator speech. I can teach it, but what can people actually buy, give an exchange of money for my products? And so I teach a Safer Sex Elevator workshop. I sell certain products around the Safer Sex Elevator speech. So when you're doing all those three first tips, Remember the fourth magical one. I didn't do this for so long. At some point, you have to create products that people can buy. You'll set up a shopping cart system and all those things. Technology has that figured out. This will be daunting for a lot of you, but please check out the first 3 tips and stay in touch with me. You can always email me at readaboutsex.com. I'm so proud of you for even watching this video. We need great sex educators out there in the world helping people. So stick with it. Learn, get a mentor, email, develop those relationships, and think in frameworks. Bye.